Generation 1. Generation 1 began with the launch of Magnavox Odyssey, the first video game console invented by Mr. Ralph Bauer. For this, he was given the title of Father of Video Games. And due to its complexity, very few games were available for it, and all of them had similar type of gameplay. Generation 2. Generation 2 began when Atari launched its first video game console, the Atari 2600. Inventors Mr. Ted Dabney and Mr. Noel Bushnell designed the console with the availability of multiple graphic settings. The console came along with a single joystick and a wide range of games. Atari met its competition when Mattel Electronics launched the Intellivision, or short for Intelligent Television, 2 years after the Atari 2600. The controllers had their own tiny version of a keypad and a joystick. It was the first console to ever be made with slots to place the controllers, although the games were quite limited. Generation 3. Generation 3 began with Nintendo contributing to this industry by launching the Nintendo Entertainment System, or the NES. This was a much compact system compared to the older consoles with slimmer game cartridges and controllers. Nintendo invested all its profits generated from the NES in a new system and launched the first portable gaming console ever made, the Nintendo Game Boy. The Game Boy ran on 4 AA batteries but lacked a backlit screen, due to which gamers could only play it in well-lit environments. A wide variety of colored graphic games were available during this generation.
Generation 4. The Sega CD and the Nintendo NES laid the foundation for a better generation of games since it introduced the compact discs, which were far superior in memory size and graphic capabilities when you compare it to the previous generation of gaming consoles. Generation 5. The Nintendo 64 and the PlayStation were the pivotal points in the evolution of gaming consoles because the introduction of a graphical processing unit on these machines, which enabled developers to create games which are placed in a 3D world. Generation 6. The very first portable gaming console, the Game Boy Advance, the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox were the beginning of the modern era of gaming consoles. The concept of online gaming was introduced during this period. Connecting and playing with any person anywhere on the globe became possible. A new form of sports called the esports was born and players started competing each other from across the globe.
The second generation of home video game consoles began on Nintendo DS PSP, and these are focused on integrating controllers with movement sensor as well as joysticks, followed by Nintendo's Wii on November 19, 2006, followed by with the release of Microsoft's Xbox 360 home console on November 22, 2005, and Sony Computer Entertainment's PlayStation 3 on November 17, 2006. The following year, each new console introduced new technologies. Xbox 360 offered game rendering natively at high-definition video resolutions. The PlayStation 3 offered HD movie playback via a built-in 3D Blu-ray disc player. The 8th generation of video game consoles primarily includes the home video game consoles of the Nintendo Switch in 2017, PlayStation Vita in 2011, the PlayStation 4 family in 2013, and the Xbox One family in 2013 also. The handheld game consoles of the Nintendo 3DS in 2011. As well, these are all hybrid game consoles which are played as a handheld. Unlike in most prior generations, there were few innovative hardware capabilities to mark these generations distinct from prior ones. Sony and Microsoft continued to produce new systems with similar design and capabilities as their predecessors, but with improved performance such as processing speed, higher resolution graphics. Heading into a new console generation, which are yet to be released later this year, the Xbox Series X is Microsoft's most powerful next-generation console, and PS5 is also a rival to all gaming consoles. Both Xbox and PS5 have similar features this time, with 8-core AMD processor which expand the potential to run a game and also support resolution up to 8K for next-generation graphics.